Today, being the 31st day of the month of December, this happens to be the last day of the year and the last day of this month actually. So just before we go for our crossover night, as we speak to you, we have a very big update that we have to definitely share and discuss with you before we go for the crossover night. We go use this update to wrap off the year. Now, wetin happen? We all know the man known as Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, over time, people don't heavily castigate, they don't heavily criticize, and they don't speak trash about Nnamdi Kanu in different ways, form, manner, and shape. The surprising thing about this man be say, even if them hide and them they hide their talk, make you see him in recordings, in videos, and in all forms. As we speak to you, something don't happen to Ram, and it's only best and right we still showcase him to you in our coverage. Where we all know what happened yesterday, we all know the man known as Abubakar Malami, the former AGF of the Federation. As of yesterday, the Federal High Court of Nigeria, make I show you a video, show right now on your screen at the moment. This man entered the Federal High Court, and if you look closely, if you pay attention, this is the same court, the same courtroom where Nnamdi Kanu had faced the court throughout his time. Now, I know say una go dey wonder say wetin I dey drive at. Don't worry yourself too much. We're going to get there. Just stick to this video till the end so you'll be able to understand every single thing in the context of things that we have brought to you. We know they ever fail. We go deliver. Now, this man refused to grant Nnamdi Kanu a bail, as at the time when a registered court, a well-recognized court, the Appeal Court of Nigeria, actually granted Nnamdi Kanu bail. Back then, since before Mazi was even convicted and sentenced for life imprisonment. Now, imagine this AGF who refused to grant Nnamdi Kanu a bail, appearing in the same court, but this time around, he faces different levels of issues and crimes. As of yesterday, the court ordered this man, his wife, and his son to be remanded in Kuje Correctional Center in Kuje Prison. Yes, the court said, okay, this man has linkage, your wife, your son, and every other person that has hands in all the corruption where you carry out during your time as the Attorney General of the Federation. Well, how does this whole thing even concern Asari Dokubo? As we speak, the Efcc are currently linking Abubakar Malami's actions with Asari, and if they find even a minute level of evidence, he is also going to be arrested as we speak. Now, what happened? Make I show you and break am down for you, make you really understand. But just before we continue, make you know, say, as of 2023, Asari Dokubo been comot to make a statement, and even the EFCC were surprised. All law enforcement agencies in the country were flabbergasted by what Asari Dokubo pointed his fingers at. For the sake of clarity and for the sake of fact-checking, those of you who like to check facts, to be sure that what we are saying is not fabricated, I will show you an article right on your screen and pay attention to the part highlighted. The state accused Abubakar Malami of misappropriating funds meant for Niger Delta, claiming that 600 billion naira intended for development and security in the region was diverted or misused. This points fingers at Abubakar Malami, saying this man diverted about 600 billion naira into his own personal account, money that was allocated to the Niger Delta region. Now, how money and allocation take reach Attorney General of the Federation hand? This thing is supposed to be with the Accountant General of the Federation, which he carry and go law when he's supposed to for accounting aspects. Well, I'm going to explain it to you. Now, when Asari Dokubo made this statement, he made it out of his own knowledge. We don't even know how he got the information, because all auditing firms in the country at that particular point in time did not confirm that 600 billion naira left or entered the personal account of Abubakar Malami. So how did Asari Dokubo get to know all of this? How did he get such classified data? At that particular point in time, Asari Dokubo made that statement openly. If you know how the country works, if I come outside and I say something you did not do, what will you do? You will file a lawsuit against me for the defamation of character. Exactly. You are going to file a lawsuit. But Abubakar Malami did not file or sue Asari Dokubo in any court in the country regarding defamation or anything whatsoever. Hope say you dey pay attention. This means something happened behind the scenes that we don't know about. Make a break and down for you further. Asari knew something that nobody else in the country had idea of, and that is the 600 billion naira diversion into Malami's bank account. Nobody knew as at that time. Only Asari Dokubo knew. Now, how did he know and how did he find out? Well, Based on the EFCC research, it seems a deal between these two individuals went wrong. Take for instance, if I have a deal with you and I did not meet my own part of the deal, you will get angry, and by doing so, you will call me out publicly. They believe that Asari Dokubo and Abubakar Malami had a deal which didn't go through, and that is why Asari publicly called Malami out, saying 600 billion naira enter your account. Now, how did Asari Dakubo know? Well, ongoing investigations right now go unravel for the whole wide world to know. From calculations, however, they link most of Abubakar Malami corrupt practices with Asari Dakubo. If the EFCC, as of today, managed to get even a minute evidence or proof, Asari will be brought in definitely. Now, imagine that two individuals, they face the court at the same time for similar issues, and that is not all. As we speak, Asari Dokubo has entered the blacklist of the United States of America. Even USA intelligence did not find this funny. Mind you, the USA happens to be one of the smartest countries in this technological era. They monitor social media platforms and articles back to back. A statement came after the USA fired shots at Sokoto State, claiming that no bandit or terrorist was hit in that strike. They did not stop there. See, I'm not scared of the US president in any way, but for clarity and fact checking, I will show you an article on your screen from Daily Post. US airstrike in Sokoto did not kill anybody. When you click the article, you see that Asari Dakubo challenged the US intelligence and challenged every single person involved. This happened 4 days ago before the EFCC acted in Abubakar Malami's case. So Asari Dakubo is now not only facing issues with the EFCC, the USA are now involved too, not in Abubakar Malami's case directly, but they are interested. As we speak to you, this man has been placed on the US blacklist, meaning say he no fit get US visa or even enter US. This may affect Asari Dokubo as well. Now, based on available reports and evidence, if he owns property in the USA directly or indirectly, he may have to forfeit it. Popular Nigerian celebrities use their kids abroad to acquire properties. This man may now have to lose properties abroad. The EFCC is following up gradually. This is a heavy punch for Asari Dakubo. Nobody saw this coming. Even him did not predict this year would end this way for him. But about Nnamdi Kanu, well, next month, the issue of his relocation will continue either to Nasarawa State or to Niger State. Any of the two, one has to be picked for him. Everyone's hands are on deck. His lawyers, well, they are no longer his lawyers because he actually released them. So let's say his counsel team, yes, his counselors now, and his family, his tight friends, his governor, the governor of Abia State, Alex Oti, alongside other very strong men in the building, are actually having all their hands on deck. Even the Sokoto State governor, should I say, you would also want Nnamdi Kanu out of the state because it's not easy. Since Nnamdi Kanu went to that Sokoto State correctional facilities, there have been a lot of high level and prominent people visiting him. There have been a lot of security personnel trooping in and out because they just need to take all those places in check so that there wouldn't be an unexpected prison break or an attack or anything of such nature. Nnamdi Kanu is now a national figure, someone who they would want to protect by all means. So even if it's as much as a cough that has affected Nnamdi Kanu, everybody is going to be worked up because if anything happens to that man in the Sokoto State Correctional Facility, the comptroller of Sokoto State Correctional Facility, the patron, the wardens, and all of them, the security personnel around the prison, the governor himself and every other person that's in charge of security there are going to be in trouble because they would need to provide how something was able to happen to Nnamdi Kanu, and they wouldn't just be explaining to the government alone. They are also going to be answerable to citizens, especially citizens from the south who look up to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or should I say citizens from the east as well. Yes, a lot of citizens who look up to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the IPOB group entirely, yes, the infamous people of, or should I, the indigenous people of Biafra, Yes, the infamous indigenous people of Biafra are going to want answers if anything dares to happen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in that Sokoto State Correctional Facility, especially with the fact that the whole wide world knows now that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been requesting for himself to be transferred out of Sokoto, and his lawyers have been working on edge to get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out of that place. They've cried out severally. The wife has also reached out to agencies in the United Kingdom, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu obviously is a citizen of the United Kingdom. So they've reached out to United Kingdom as well. They've reached out to human rights activists all around the globe. Yes. So if anything is to happen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in that prison, you know, go fund you. Even as US now don't mark Sokoto State as one of the hot zones, one of the hottest zones for terrorist existence. All these are reasons. They are factors that are supposed to be considered so they will get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out of there. Because if anything happens to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even though na cough, you know, go fund you. Just like the Sokoto State, the Sultan of Sokoto said, Nigeria will witness an unrest if anything is to happen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the hands of the government. Well, we do not pray for bad to happen. We love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I would love to see him freed. Now, like I said, next month, which is January, we are entering next month already by tomorrow. So the issue of his relocation will continue either to Nasarawa State or to Niger State. But Nasarawa State is preferable. Everyone's hands are on deck on this matter. They are working overtime to ensure any evidence before the Federal High Court is strong enough to be granted this permission to move Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The court may relocate him closer to the Federal Capital Territory. This is the matter in full. This will be the last video of the year. We thank you guys for the love and support throughout this year. We can't wait to see you in 2026 to continue our full and detailed coverage. See you guys in the coming new year and have a blessed day. This is Baz News signing out. Now, thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe.